Hi everyone, another advent of code. So let's start. Day 3, Rucksack reorganization. Mm, okay, so we have some list of rucksacks and items are letters. Okay, try second. We need to cut them half. Okay. I wonder. I wonder why uh, they emphasize that there's only one item shared in two compartments. Everyone, but it doesn't matter. Okay, there's some sorting. In the other, for example, the bit of data that appears in both compartments of a transaction. Okay, okay. What is this? Okay. So it looks like we just look for an item which is in both compartments for every one sec, okay. By the way, sorry for yesterday that I didn't enlarge my font. I completely forget about that. New binary. I played with Bev yesterday a bit. Add. What do I add? Anyhow, I'm sorry I didn't yet wake up. It's not my normal time, but it is what it is. And let's start. Let's start with input. Loading. So let's think out what is the input shape. What's the input shape? It's a Rucksack, and so yeah, make extractive for it. Like I could use just double for this simple thing, but it's easier to think out it. And it's compartments. And there's compartments. There's an item. Item is a character. Compartment is just I want them to be ASCII characters because I see this, yeah. So how do we do that? Wondering if I need so let make it simple. Compartments. It'll be an array now. And let's make it simple, keeping it as owned vector of bytes. I want it to be bytes easily, because I know there will be ASCII characters, so I don't want to cast it all the time. And how many compartments I have? 2 compartments. I was thinking about something more fancy, but let's keep it simple. Now I want to map my lines here. All right. And how do I do that? I return vector of Rucksack. I will do the trick here because, yeah, sometimes I can assume that the input is correct and I don't exactly want to error handle, but I don't want to unwrap. I just want either it's an error to ignore it. Sorry, it's my own. Okay. Sometimes I just want to ignore errors. So it's still, if there's an error, then whatever. And I would do that by filter mapping them. So filter map. Oh. L.OK. So OK function changes my result into option. If it's OK, then it's some. If it's error, it's just none. And then I filter out all nonce, leaving just unordered songs, let's say. So it makes it a bit clear. It's very often way to handle like this kind of inputs in puzzles, especially because if there's an error in an input, I just want to ignore it. Okay, so that's the first thing. Every Rucksack is just this thing. So let's make this into ASCII string. Let's see. Normally I don't work with this kind of bytes, so let's check what is the function for that. Module. Something about bytes. What is it? Iterate over bytes into boxed bytes. It's this. Which is basically what I want. I use vector for convenience, but what I can do is L into boxed. Okay, I looked on stir, but if I would look into string, there is this function exactly what I want into bytes. Nice. And now what? Now I want to split it in half, right? So how do I do that? It should be easy. Let's check vector. Yeah, I'm the person who never remembers his standard library. I just all the time use documentation for this stuff. Sorry, it's like there's some split or something like this. Oh, there is split off function which does exactly what you wanted. Puts the vector in place, returning the second half. Yeah, exactly. So what I want to do is let's seconds, let's say, is comps. It has to be mutable at this point. Is comparisons. Sorry, not comparisons. It's how it's called. It's it doesn't matter. Compartment. Split of comps length. Okay, at half. Right, if I have two elements, it is 2, and I want to start from first index to split, because first index the first index would go into. I want to avoid mistake by one, so I want to make sure that first index goes into the second part, so it's okay, and then I return Rucksack. Okay, I return this, and why? Oh, this is a case. This I don't care. Here I collect. It cannot fail it because I just ignore errors. I have no main function. Empty. Okay. Now function. The part one. I have my input, obviously. You know what? It's so easy, simple. Not for this. Keep it this way. Just puzzle proposals. I didn't know. I don't see benefit of having another wrapper here. Okay. It simplifies things a bit, I think. I can do I can do this for a bit easier. So what do I do with that? Well, let me turn this thing. Want to take my input. I want to iterate over it, and I want to map it first. Right? I want to map it. So I mean, it says find the item type that appears in both places. So I assume there's only one. And now I will do it in easier way. Now how I will do it. I will go map Rucksack first. I don't want to sort, or I want to sort. I will not sort right now. I will do it in squared, right? And not and time and squared basically. And let's see if it would be too slow. Okay, I iterate over it, and then I map. I try to find such an element So I'm a bit worried it would be too go to a complex computation wise, but that but we'll see. Rucksack 2. That's fine. So I am going through the whole first Rucksack to find such an element which appears in the second Rucksack, basically. What I could do here, I could just sort Rucksacks before doing that. You know what? I will do that, by the way, because it's, yeah, I will just input is input aunt, like, so I have my aunt input. Then I would go with iter mutable. So I have mutable things that I would do. Because it's so much, it would be so much more efficient. I will even sort only the second part. And now what I can do, instead of going with find, I am pretty sure that in slice, there is binary search function. Exactly. And now, instead of doing iter find, I would go with binary search. Binary search, and here I just put first. It's okay. Binary search returns result, which is okay if it's found. And this is, yeah. I just need to copy, so in the case part 2 would be something which I don't want to have them sorted. Yeah. Then I would have no problem with that. So I have my Rucksacks, and what is this? This returned me something, right? Or nothing. I have letter. I would do filter map. So if there is no item font for the Rucksack, I would filter those Rucksack out, and it would be okay. So this should be now basically iterative over letters. I now need to map them to some priorities. Okay, so I would do your item, which is U8, if item is if okay, I will return U8. I know it the priority always fits in U8, but I will do computation then on U128. So yeah. Like this. Okay, so I just check if it's in range. I would assume it's in range. This is another technique which is not exactly for production code, but let's say do it more like a puzzle. That I always assume input is correct, because for puzzle it is in most cases true, because I don't even know how to handle error, to be honest. So properly what to do, I'll just fail, and I never should fail. So I just assume if it's not in the range A to Z, it is in the range from Z to A, from capital A to Z, right? So what now I do, I took item minus this B bit characters are just U8s, the binary representation of the letter, and I can use only ASCII character there. I cannot use UTF-TF. And I don't want to offset if by A. I want by, I want to offset it by a at 1. This is what I want to do. Can I will not go below 0, it's okay. So this is something. And in other case, I want to do the same. I just start it starting from 27, it's okay. This is my priority calculating. So now what I do, I map all my findings with Prio function. I can just do that. I don't need, and then I sum it, right? And it should be all. Method sum.exit for map, final map. What I'm talking about? What is my item? My build it and have this error. I want it to be too smart. Oh, I guess it just works on, yeah, this is iter mood, so I have borrow here, so I have probably a bad item here, and I cannot map here. And this is probably the problem. I just need to, when I have my iter, I can clone or even copy it. Am I right? Yeah. What happens here? I found an item, but I'm iterating over mutable items. So the type for this iterator is actually mutable Rucksack, right? Which is mutable vector over right. So this Rucksack is a vector. Not even Rucksack, it's a vector because yeah, it's input mode filter. Yeah, so vector 2. Okay, this is the type here. But then the first item is still here. I do iter, not iter into iter, which I actually could do into iter, and then I don't need to copy it. So, but if I do iter here, then the type here is on the other way, this. Okay, so it's borrow here. So if it's borrow, then if I pass it here, it's still borrow, so it doesn't match because it wants my U8, my ownership. Yeah, so if this is this first is, I'll do it this way. So this is borrow to vector, right? So then this binary search also returns me result or option, because it's okay, option over U8. This is what happens with this binary search, right? I suppose. Or even binary search always works on. Let's check it. Binary search. Oh, it's funny. Binary search returns me. Yeah, I lie. I mean, I don't lie. Binary search returns me just an index, by the way. So it just is the size, but it doesn't matter. Because yeah, this is a vector. Sorry, it's too early for me. All this kind of stuff. Then, but then, what's important is this iterator. So this first, right? This is, as I said, it is a vector of something, or not even vector. This is my U8, but it's borrowed to U8, right? So this find what returns here. This is okay. Now I see. It's option over borrow, right? This one. And then if I do copy it, then it's your option over U8, right? I don't know why I don't have type hints. Here I have, but here I don't have. Doesn't matter. And I don't know what happened. Why not this way? Restart a spear, maybe. Oh, it would be better. Oh, now it's bad. Anyway, now it's okay because what I said, I can do into iter, because if I do into iter, then I am just taking ownership. Then I don't need copy, probably. Oh, I cannot because I would. The structure more. Alright, well, I'm iterating over it. I cannot reborrow it. So, okay, let's leave it that way. And it would be all here. Nice. Yeah, this things I don't know if I want to do, but let's try it. Let's take the input, the example input. Okay. 157 is what I wanted to get. I'm a bit surprised because I was like, a bit confused why creating the solution, but make it. Yeah, I'm sometimes being slow. And yeah, I got gold star, so no mistakes there. Just got a bit like, okay, so what's the second part? So finish identifying based items. So okay, we wanted to do that because there's only one misplaced item. Okay. Carries a badge that fits the group for efficiency. Only okay. The badge is the only item that we can type can read by all three elves. Okay. If a group badge is item B, then all three elves will have the item B somewhere in the Rucksack, and at most two of the elves. The badge is only item card. Okay. Okay. So I have a group of threes, alphas, and then there is only one item which is carried by all three of us. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's basically the same thing. I will. Okay, I will not refactor this. It's part two is. I mean, I over-engineered the Rucksack type, but doesn't matter. My input would be right now. I would just input dot concat. I just want to concatenate them for this task. Right? And then I sort inputs. No, that's not true. Input is input. Back. Now I iterate over them. Right? Let iterate. And just map them. So now I just want, no, I just want concatenate them. And I want sort them already. And the fun thing is my algorithm here is basically log and times log m times log o, and this is basically length of the Rucksacks, and you could do this just n plus m plus o, because you could just do the kind of merge sort, but I will not care here. It would be good enough, and I would need to do it a bit more complicated. Why I cannot concatenate those guys? I can. So now what I have, I would use this called Windows. Oh, it's only on slices. So what I would do first, I will not do it input items, I would do Windows. It's not on iterator. But I don't want not win chunks, right? Yeah, chunks. Sorry. So how does it work? It just divides my input slice into this chunks of 3 right now. The difference between chunks and windows is that for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my chunks would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my windows would be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Then so Windows starts from every place, and chunks starts one by another. So yeah, and now I have chunks, and I basically want to map them here into the batch. I will do fix them up again probably. What is a chunk? It's iterator chunks. Subslice. Chunks is an iterator over what? What is an item of it? I'm pretty sure it would be subsize. Yeah, it's subsize. It's so chunk. So I iterate over iterator of subslices, which so Rucksack is slice of 3 items. Table. Should work. I just need to concatenate them. Yeah, about this. Like, I want to make sure I know what is the why? Oh, it doesn't know what the so it's now. Well, now doesn't okay, it's okay. So this Rucksack is slice of 3 items, and here I can split it, right? I mean, I can just take an items and concatenate every Rucksack, and then I can sort those two. Sorry. I want to sort them. Yeah, if I sort the first one, as I said, I could do this actually linearly, with a bit more clunky code. And this is exactly what I want here. I just iterate over the first Rucksack, and I check if the item, I look for the first item, which is on both L1 and L2, and that's all I need. And then I just map it Rio, and this doesn't need to be mutable because I just destructure it. I mean, I just do stuff on it. My input doesn't need to be mutable, yeah, because I just see. I would say part 2 was way easier than part 1 because it was part 1 just on other set. Okay, let's check test run. It should be 70, which is correct. Maybe I should go to that area, but yeah, another gold star. I need to refactor one thing because it drives me crazy. What I do here? I split something off right here, just to merge it back here. I hate it. I know it doesn't matter for here, but I still have to fix it. So my Rucksack could be this. I won't care about splitting it. I would just return all into bytes because I will always be happy. I will not do that. String into bytes. I can do that because this is just exactly a function I want to have. It's just a vector. like this, and I collect it back. Here this is a slight problem, because now for each transact first, I need to split it off. So let get it is mutable. I iterate, wait. I have my transacts here. I want to take ownership of this here, which is okay at this point. I need them to be mutable, those transacts, because I would transact one would be transact split off. This. The second one be sorted. Just to have this stamp here. Iterate. It's exactly the same. I just don't split it. The input parsing, because here I don't want to have to concatenate it back, because it's waste. Okay. I want this to mutable. I would just do I don't need to destructure it. Okay. No. The bad thing about reckoning area that I normally wake up is I am not the most woke up person. But the good thing is my kids do not make noises, which actually helps focusing. Okay, I need this to be mutable actually, yeah, because I need to craft mutable chunks this way. This time. And this should be okay. I know I overcomplicated the very beginning, but it is my thing. I overcomplicate. Doesn't work. 29 line. I cannot work. But I believe it's not mutable. It works. Okay, so thank you for watching and see you tomorrow. Yeah, I need to admit that this was a bit more brain involving. Yeah. So bye.